happened on game ending. Losing 21 probes at the start of the game, that is... We did phrase it as critical damage. That's game ending damage. It's brutal. That's it. Especially at this level of play. Making those mistakes or those slip-ups, it's yeah, hard to recover from something like that. Hard to recover. But here we go. We're getting into our fresh best of 3 into our semifinals, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have our South Korean Terran player. We have our blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. Let us go, the ByuN Slayer himself. Now, Nicoract, he did have a time. There was an era in StarCraft where Nicoract was actually the one to consistently bring down ByuN in the OC King of the Hill. I want to say multiple weeks in a row, but that was, as much as I want to say that and reference that, that was back in like 2021. it's been a couple of years. It's been a couple of years since that was the case. But regardless, I'm here for it. Anyway, I'm here for it. I'm here. I'm ready for it, of course. More Nicoract versus ByuN, and we'll see what we have in store for each other, as game 1 is going to be on Maganatha, the largest map in the map pool. And before I get ahead of myself, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series, on whether this will go the way of ByuN or Nicoract. Best of luck. ByuN is favored, 100%. ByuN is favored in this series, but I want to believe that Nicoract can make ByuN work for it, and could even cause that upset. He's done it before. We'll see if we can do it again. I will emphasize that Nicoract, his strongest matchup is TvP. Like, again, we've seen Nicoract take down Hero, we've seen him take down Max, but TvT is not too shabby either. Not too shabby here for Nicoract. Let's go. For now, economic openers. We have our economic openers from both sides, both players going into their Rax expands, which makes sense on Maganatha just because the map is so large. Yes, there is a risk here of a proxy of some cheese, and I do expect a proxy at some point in this series, but for game 1, everything is back at home. For game 1, we're looking normal, looking standard. So we are taking a bit of a slower approach here initially. I do have ByuN moving out with 2 Reapers. With this he can poke in, but we do have a bunker on the low ground. We have Marine, Reaper in the main. So Nicoract, he should be able to hold his own. Reaper shouldn't get much done. Do have Nicoract going for his 1-on-1. Reapers, they attempt to go into the main. Yeah, Nicoract in position. He will punish. He will not get the Reaper. Whew, barely not. Forcing back ByuN. Ooh, and ByuN going for the fast third CC. Okay, that is going to be a third CC after the starboard. Very greedy setup here from ByuN, but we mentioned earlier, because of the size of the map, this does make more sense here to try to be greedy on Maganatha. We'll see if Nicoract tries to punish. We'll see if he tries to meet that greed. As I said, Lindsay, so a big shout to Gross Papa in the chat. Gah, Papi, gah. Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh, gah, Papi. Sorry, Papa, even. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime for 2 months. Hope you enjoy the content, hope you enjoy the casting, hope you enjoy the StarCraft as we are settling into our semifinals. Again, we're actually almost nearing the end of the broadcast in a way. Like, we have semis, then grand finals. 3 series left. 3 series to go. But thank you so much. So we are moving out. And for the time being, Nicoract is in the dark. He's going for a split push. We do have a Reaper Hellion on the left. We do have the drop into the main. And what's important about this drop is less about the damage, more about the scouting. He will confirm the timing of that third CC. He's now aware of how greedy ByuN has been. Reaper Hellion gets cleaned up, drop into the main, gets eyes on the third CC, now he knows, and he will get a couple of SCVs, not bad. Yeah, getting into 6 SCVs on the lock-on. Oh, the lock-on is brutal, it's going to be a one-way trip, the medevac is going to go down. Ooh, brutal pick-off. And Nicoract, he will lose everything. He does snipe that Cyclone towards the end, so we do have a bit of an even trade. Did at least kill 6 SCVs, but the third CC will make up for that. So all in all, Nicoract, he currently does have that worker lead, that worker advantage. He throws down 2 more Vaxes. Still no third base out of Nicoract. Interesting. He's still moving out. And Nicoract, he sees the third and he says no. He wants to be aggressive, wants to move out. Wants to try to break ByuN ahead of time. And ByuN is still trying to build up. He has 1 tank on the low ground. He has his Marines in the main. Nicoract poking forward. He does scan, does spot the tank. Oh, spots the Raven as well. Gets a couple of shots off. Gets a bit of damage. Reaper gets caught. Nicoract still rallying across the map. Still no third TC out of Nicoract. Not yet. He has the money for it. Rotating over. And again, the pressure right now is on Nicoract to delay the third base for as long as possible. Auto charge into the main. Army doesn't quite move in position yet. Third base is landed. Nicoract sharking around. Still waiting for reinforcements. Oh, catches Raven. Not bad. Oh no, does get it. Whew. Does pick up the Raven just in time. Nice snipe there from Nicoract. Down to 1 Raven. But does have those disables. Raven's moving in. And Nicoract, he's aware there's a second Raven. He does pull away. Third base is being taken. And Nicoract still no expand. Still no third. He's just cranking out as many Marines as he can. Now Nicoract, he's up 20 army supply. Like Nicoract, he has a massive army supply to work with. And he has to make use of it. He's rotating. Knocks down those rocks. Looking at the tank count here. We have 5 tanks at 2. They might miss each other actually. ByuN moving out. Nicoract moving in. There's a scan. ByuN spots the army. He responds. He races back home. Nicoract, he scans ByuN. He will avoid the scan. Does avoid. ByuN moving in position. Oof, gets spotted. ByuN steps in. Pulls away. Does pull away. ByuN will snipe a tank, trading 1 for 1. And again, Nicoract, he has to strike here and now while he still has the advantage. He's 2 base all in, basically. Like Nicoract, he is 2 base all in. The longer this goes on, the better it is for ByuN. As Nicoract, he's up 30 army supply. Okay, he's up in Marines, up in tanks. Now pushing in. Getting within range of the CC. Stims in. Gets a tank. Gets 1. Whew. Does get 1 tank. Pulls away. Just in time. Denies the third. And from here, drops immediately into the main. Does pick up. Goes to the main. ByuN, he responds with his own Doom Drop. He will clean this up. And Nicoract, we got to gain some ground. As he will lose his medevacs. Brutal losses here for Nicoract. He denies the third, but we need more than this. Okay, there's only 2 tanks. There's barely any Marines. Like, now is the time. But alas, doesn't quite go for it. Doesn't notice. Yeah, now it's too late. Now the army does reposition. Nicoract waiting for reinforcements. Oh, ByuN, he finds the medevac. Nice cleanup. Takes down the drop, rotating over towards the left-hand side. Taking another third. Nicoract now reinforcing with Liberators. He has some freedom. He has Liberation. Oh, he overextends. Doesn't lose the Liberator. Does move in. Yeah, Liberators are setting up, just bullying back ByuN. Tanks will siege. And ByuN is going to try to break this, pushing into this tank line. He cannot. Nicoract, has he done it? Gets a kill. Yeah, it does get a kill. And ByuN, he just didn't get away with his greed. That's a kill on the CC, 11 SCV kills as well, and Nicoract, he's going for the kill. This is it. Oh, the ready to overextend. Does overextend. Marines, they push into the tank line. Tanks are going down, and Nicoract, he has done it. Whew, GG gets called, and Nicoract takes game number 1. GG. Very intense game here. Again, the longer the game went on, I was concerned for Nicoract winding it back. For those that are curious, remember, ByuN was very greedy this game. He was up 20 workers compared to his opponents, but he was down 20, 30 army supply. Like, he was down when it came to the army, he was ahead when it came to the workers, but he could not take advantage of that third base. He could not actually take advantage of his workers. He could not claim that third in time. Again, Nicoract, once he realized how greedy ByuN was, he just convinced to 2-base all in. So 2-base all in on Nicoract, and he had to break ByuN, and was able to do so, was able to catch him out of position, wedging himself in between the bases, in between the natural, in between the third. GG. Whew, GG, well played. With that, Nicoract does take a lead, and we'll see if Nicoract can cause the upset. One more game, and he will knock ByuN out of the tournament. Whew, let's go, baby. Let us go. Uno más, uno más. As we're now going from one of the larger maps to one of the smaller maps. Up next, Persephone. Persephone is a smaller map. I do expect to see more aggressive builds here. I would be shocked to see either player rush into a third as quickly as ByuN did on Maganatha. Semi-finals are always held for our tournaments. For those that are curious, once again, if you maybe haven't tuned into our tournaments in the past, the way that our tournaments work is that both semifinals are casted. That is not the case for all tournaments. There are some tournaments that don't, that just run them as soon as they're ready. So tournaments like Pegasaur Cups, they just run them. War DCB Mondays, it's on a case-by-case basis. Sometimes they run them, sometimes they hold them. So it does depend on the tournaments. But for our tournaments, they're always held. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the red Terran player. We have the Platinum Heroes Terran, leading the series 1-0. It is Nicoract. And spawning into the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, Double Gas. Going for a Double Gas opener instead. I mean, so is his opponent. Representing Shellfire Rebellion, it is ByuN. Let us go. So our TvT does continue, this time Double Gas at Nicoract, Double Gas at ByuN. Again, last game they both went for economic openers, but now that we load into a smaller map, it makes sense to go for a more tech-heavy start. Let's go. With this, we are going for a faster factory, we're going for a delayed CC, and depending on the add-on setup and the add-on structure, we could go into Reactor Reaper Hellion, we could go into an earlier Tech Lab into early Cyclone, we can go into an early Tech Lab into add-on swap. Banshee play is also viable in TvT and can catch a Terran player off guard. We could even mech it up, which we have seen from a lot of Korean Terrans recently. Kior, Bunny, and Gumiho come to mind. ByuN less so. ByuN a little bit less so. He has been flexing mech against Zerg, but haven't really seen it much against Terran. So again, we'll be keeping an eye on those add-ons. Both players should be expanding. Technically, we can turn this into a one-base all-in, but I don't really think that ByuN or Nicoract are willing to one-base all-in too often, or just typically. And there we go, CC. CC for ByuN, CC for Nicoract. Can't believe ByuN lost. Just to reiterate, like, not the first time that Nicoract has beaten ByuN. I say that. Nicoract has beaten ByuN in series before, but just to reiterate, it was a couple of years ago, right? It's a couple of years ago where Nicoract was the ByuN Slayer. And again, if you've been watching Nicoract as of late, like he definitely can like spike up and take down some big names. I would say that Nicoract currently his weakest matchup is TvZ. I think his TvZ is his current weakest matchup, and that's where he can struggle. But in TvT and TvP, he can take down like the best players in the world. Like he's got it in him. That's where Nicoract can thrive, back. Let's go. Let's Reaper into the main. Nicoract going for the Reactor Reaper Hellion. No tech lab, no add-on. Oh, he does not. Oh, yeah, barely does not catch that Reaper. He will chase, though. He will give chase. So basically, Nicoract, he chose not to get an add-on, so he's still making more Hellions and more Reapers. Meanwhile, ByuN did make an add-on, going for the Tech Lab, going into Cyclone production. So ByuN, he's going to have a more defensive start as he's making Cyclones and Marines, which means he can't be as active on the map. Meanwhile, Nicoract, the goal here would be to try to break the natural and to try to get on top of that Cyclone. Now with 2 Cyclones, though, I don't really see that happening. I don't really see ByuN being broken here, but we'll see what Nicoract can pull off. If he can line up those Hellion shots, then he can at least trade well against the Marines and maybe get some SCVs. Does go for the dive. Cyclones, they lock into the Hellions. 1, 2 Hellions go down instantly. And ByuN holds. ByuN does hold. Will give chase. Nice KDA charges there by Nicoract. Nicoract has to get the hell out of there. And ByuN, he doesn't just defend, he counterattacks. Here we go. Double Cyclone across the map. Does move out. Nicoract getting in position back at home. He is somewhat ready for the medevac. Ooh, does get the lock on, does deflect. At the same time, Reapers are going to the main. And they bypass the tank. Alas, ByuN, he does have defenses back at home. ByuN, he will lose his Reapers at least. Remember, these are vanilla Marines. And we do get 1, 2, 3 SCV kills. Can we get 4? Can we get 5? Oh. 4th SCV, 5, 6. Oh my god. 6 SCV kills. Hellion into the natural base. Very nice damage here out of Nicoract, pulling ByuN apart, getting 1 extra SCV, 9 in total. Very nice damage. Considering that this Reaper Hellion was shut down earlier, it was completely shut down by the Cyclones. It should not have gotten any damage, but suddenly 9 SCVs, 9 workers going down. Very nice attack here from Nicoract. And very nice use of the Reaper Hellion, considering that it just doesn't really scale well into a longer game. Considering the opener kind of fell on its face. Nicely done. With that, Nicoract does take an economic lead. We do see ByuN getting his 3rd CC on location. I believe Nicoract getting his own 3rd in the main. So ByuN, he's cutting corners, being a little bit greedy, but because ByuN is behind, he has to cut corners, right? To catch back up. Behind this, going into Tank Raven. Likewise, Nicoract doing the same. Nicoract going up to triple Raven production, or triple Raven opener, into Bio Tank. Getting for upgrades, stim, more Marine production. ByuN is going to be 1 step behind, just now going for the add-on swap. ByuN just now finishing up his own 2nd Raven. And now working towards stim. All in all, I'm liking Nicoract's position. But ByuN is still being active. Dropping into the main. Nicoract, he does move out. He's not ready for this. Tank is exposed. Will delay the CC. Gets 2 SCV kills. Nicely done. Gets a couple of SCVs. Will deny mining in the main. Meanwhile, Nicoract, he does move out. Medevac will fall. Oh, but he's gonna take it. He's gonna take the Vikings. He will get 1 at least. Does get 1 Viking, but Nicoract, he does defend the main. Nice cleanup. Scans across the map, sees the defensive setup here. He cannot push into this. Nicoract rotating around. Oh, past the tuna. Let's go. And I do think that Nicoract can get a better angle at the 3rd, but he gets spotted. He is spotted. ByuN is aware. ByuN, you can see him reposition. Ooh. Cyclone goes down. We do get the mass disable, and it looks like 1 tank will fall. Not a bad catch. That was a lot of disable spent. But gets 1 tank. And doesn't keep pushing. I do like this from Nicoract. He doesn't press the... I mean, it's difficult to really press the advantage here when you're going up against this many tanks back at home. Disables did run out, so Nicoract, he pulls away. Gets 1 tank, backs off. Builds up his reinforcements. Looking for another way in. Ooh, does get 1 disable. Not bad. Yeah, tanks they will siege. Gets 2 more disables, and with that, Nicoract, he can break this. He can break this. The boys are being pulled. Running out of Marines. Yeah, it does overextend. Overextends with the Bio Army. And with that, ByuN will hold. Disables are running out, though. Disables are running out. Takes out the final Marine. Gets 11 SCV kills. Oh, gets another tank as well. This wasn't a bad trade for Nicoract. I mean, ideally he would have broken this position, and he was so close to breaking it as well. Again, unfortunately, took a really bad volley to his bio from the tanks. And Nicoract was forced back. But that was not a clean defense from ByuN. It's not clean. The Raven survived for both players. So we have 2 Ravens here for Nicoract and 2 Ravens for ByuN. Nicoract pulls away. And thanks to all that economic damage, Nicoract still maintains a slight worker lead. Oh. So even though ByuN had a faster third on location, Nicoract was able to do enough damage, getting 11 SCV kills to make sure that things remained even. Again, ideally, Nicoract would have broken ByuN then and there, but wasn't quite able to pull it off. ByuN survives, sets up his Vikings, ready in the main, and the game continues. Nicoract expanding a location, ByuN moving out with his own drop play. Now it's time for ByuN to be active. Okay, well, he will scan ahead of time. ByuN dropping in, he will force a delay, maybe even a cancel. Yeah, he's gonna cancel. Oof, there's a cancellation. A disable on the Medivacs, but last up Raven goes down. Brutal pickoff. And ByuN, he will get away. So very nice drop here by ByuN. Canceling the 4th base, sniping a Medivac, sniping a Raven. Getting his own 4th on location. Now we could see Nicoract do the same. Right now he's hunting for these Medivacs. Is searching. Okay, Sims in. Good reaction. Very quick reaction out of Nicoract. Cleans up the Marines. He will miss the Medivacs. Or will he? That's the second stim. Gets 1. Gets 2. Boosts on cooldown. Okay. Let's go. Very nice cleanup out of Nicoract. Does catch the Medivacs. He won't be able to delay and he won't be able to cancel the 4th base, but a nice catch nonetheless. As both players are expanding, ByuN getting a faster 4th base. So ByuN will have a slightly better economy. As we're backing off, both players getting to their bio armies. Ooh, there is going to be a window in time where ByuN will have 2-2 over his opponent, so better upgrades for ByuN. That may factor in. Planetary now morphing in as well. Oh. Nicoract doesn't quite get the Medivac. Rotating over. It does rotate. Looking for another way in. Oh, that's a solid tank line though. And he can't commit. Yeah, committing to this is not going to work out well for him. Every Marine is going to go down. A brutal fight here in ByuN. He will snowball out of control, cashing out all the tanks. And Nicoract, he did misjudge this. Again, pushing into a line of this many tanks. 6 tanks. Ay, ay, ay. And with that, ByuN will snowball out of control. One bad fight is sometimes all it takes. This was a very tense game and very close, very clutch. Very, I would say even for quite some time. But yeah, one bad fight. And from here, ByuN, he will send everything across the map. Anti-armor missile goes up. Stims in, takes down the Marines, takes down the tank as well. And ByuN can just rally. He can just rally in. He can just rally on forward. And we spoke about that upgrade timing, right? 2-2, another big factor in that fight. A GG gets called, and ByuN, he will tab the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew, GG. Very, very intense game there. Again, Nicoract, he almost fully popped off. When he pushed on the right-hand side, when he pushed towards the 3rd base with his tanks, with his Ravens, again, he almost broke ByuN then and there. But almost was not enough. Almost was not enough. In the end, ByuN, he was able to stabilize, able to get his 3rd, able to get his 4th, and then hit that very strong, very potent 2-2 timing. That also, I mean, it also shows just how rough that fight was for Nicoract, where he stimmed into the concave, he stimmed into the siege line, he got hit with the anti-armor missile, and he was also down in upgrades as well. Like, that was a rough fight to take then and there, and with that, ByuN did snowball out of control. And now we're getting into the ace match. We're loading into Tokamak, one of the largest maps in the map pool. We had Maganath there earlier. Tokamak here and now. Let's go. Another large map. Very defensive as well. And spawning in the top right-hand corner here of Tokamak, we have our South Korean Terran player. We have our Blue Terran representing Shanghai Rebellion. Tying up the series 1-1, forcing the ace match. It is ByuN. And spawning in the left-hand corner, going for the proxy. 2 axes SCVs are being sent out. Let's go. Sent out across the map. We have the red Terran player representing the bottom heroes. It is Nicoract. Let's go. As the Raxes are being thrown down. And the proxy is upon us. Now, welcome to Tokamak. We just mentioned Tokamak is not the largest map, but is, I would say, probably the most defensive map in the map pool. It's very large, very defensive. Very large, very defensive here. And because of that, I was going to say there's a high chance that ByuN goes for a Rax expand, that he goes for an economic opener, but ByuN, he doesn't go for it. He does go for a double gas instead. So this is not the ideal for Nicoract. Ideally, Nicoract, he wanted to try to catch ByuN being greedy and being economic, but that is not the case here. So ByuN is playing safe. Yeah, ByuN, he'll play safe. So ByuN, he will have the tools to defend, but it still comes down to execution. It still comes down to the micro, to the control. Oh my, he's doubling down. He's crazy. Proxy 3 racks mass reaper. Let's go. It's all or nothing for Nicoract. And again, like if ByuN had gone single gas, then sure, I could believe. But we'll see. We shall see. Factory's on the way. And ByuN, we'll see if he can confirm what's going on. If he's able to scout this ahead of time, if he's able to scout the proxy, which, I mean, he doesn't check with the SCV, he's checking with the Reaper, then he can pre-pull the boys. And he will have to pull them to protect his first Reaper. He's checking. Yeah, it does check. Oh, and no, he doesn't keep it. He does not check. He does not keep going. He barely will miss this. Barely does miss it. If he had seen this, then he would have pulled some SCVs already here to be on top of the high ground. Reapers move in. Delays the CC. Now ByuN is aware. Hellions in production. CC gets cancelled. Boys are being pulled. Boys are being pulled. Oh, meanwhile, Nicoract almost gets surrounded. KDA charge does go off. He gets one. Barely not. That Reaper is so low. So incredibly low here. But so far, 2 versus 3. The Hellion has arrived. Yeah, the Hellion is now out. Nicoract from here has to pull away. Waiting for more reinforcements as the game goes on. As the game goes longer, it's getting better here for ByuN. Working towards that second Hellion. Goes off the ramp. Trades out Reapers. Gets another Reaper towards the end. But the Hellion will stand strong. I say the Hellion goes down, but here comes second. Yeah, second Hellion has arrived, and ByuN is holding. ByuN, he is holding on. And soon is going to have another Hellion. And it's becoming a little bit more dire here for Nicoract. He traded with the army, that's nice and all, but he needed more than that. And now he's up against 2 Hellions. The boys are hit a tank. Nicoract, he gambled hard with this. He gambled very hard with this. There is a supply block here for ByuN. Okay. Oof. So another Reaper goes down. Does barely get on top of the Hellion. But now we have a Cyclone on the way. We are still down to only 1 Hellion though, true. There is a window in time. Breaks through the SCVs. Trying to get on top of the Hellion, does get it. Hellion goes down. The Hellion does fall. The Cyclone is still in production. Again, because the Tech Lab, the follow-up Hellion was not here. Can we still pull this off? Cyclone has arrived. SCVs are going down. There's the first lock-on. The Cyclone will clean this up. And without losing 11, 12 SCVs. That is critical damage. Is it enough, though? I mean, there's no CC, but we have a 1-1-1. We have Banshees on the way. Nicoract back at home. There's that factory. CC on the low ground. Nicoract trying to transition out of this. Did he scout? Yeah, he saw. He saw the Tech Lab on the starboard. This screams Banshee. And Nicoract, he needs a Cyclone. He needs a Cyclone back at home. Without anti-air, that Banshee's gonna wreak havoc. As ByuN moves out. Nicoract does have a slight worker lead, that is true, but it may not matter against the Banshee. Banshee is coming. Yeah, there we go. The Banshee has arrived. Cyclone, it only just began. It only just began here. How many SCVs are going to fall so far? 3, 4, 5 SCV kills. The CC is heavily delayed. ByuN, his zone is almost done. Yeah, and Nicoract, he just didn't get there in time. Didn't get there in time. Losing 10, losing 11 SCVs. Oh, God, God. Look away. 12, 13, 14. 15 SCV kills. Gets a mule as well. Takes down the mule, takes down another SCV. And with that, that's Banshee has secured the game here for ByuN. Again, Nicoract, he did Campbell quite hard by going for the proxy 3-Rax Reaper. The Gamba was there, baby. And with that, ByuN getting further ahead, landing his own natural. It's going to be a rough road to recover here for Nicoract. I would say the best option would be to try to go for some kind of all-in. Macroing out of this is going to be difficult. I mean, ByuN, he's up 10 workers already, and he has extra mules. Orbital is not done for Nicoract. The best chance would be that ByuN is too greedy. Like, if ByuN is overly greedy, if ByuN makes mistakes, that's where you can capitalize on that. But we're in a situation where Nicoract is relying on ByuN to make those mistakes and to be passive. Oh God! As we're not done killing workers. We're not done. 5 more SCVs going down. We have macro accelerators on the way. Killing more SCVs, and it's all or nothing. Here it is. It's all or nothing here. One last hurrah for Nicoract. Now the supplies are actually quite close. The supplies are close, but he's pushing into 2 siege tanks. Does have a disable. He has 1 disable. Does get the tank, but there's another on the high ground. Yes, another tank. GG gets called, and with that, ByuN will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations, ByuN. He will claim the series. He will advance on, but a shout out to Nicoract for making a series out of it. And I'll be honest, there's a world where Nicoract could have 2-0'd. Like, I'm still thinking about that game on Persephone. I'm still thinking about that push on the right hand side towards the third base. Like, there was definitely a lot of potential there. But of course, in the end, ByuN held. ByuN, he was able to catch out the army. GG, well played. Regardless, congratulations to ByuN for making it through, and again, a shout out to Nicoract for making a series out of that, and for again almost bringing down ByuN. There are definitely a lot of people that who don't maybe they don't watch these regular tournaments, maybe they don't watch these weeklies, or they don't watch much of the European scene. But now I would hope that if you're seeing Nicoract for one of the first times, you now have some a better idea of his level of skill here. And again, like, ByuN was of course favored in the series, but Nicoract, he can pop off. He can pop off in these matchups. Can pop off, he can overwhelm. Regardless, GG. GG, well played. And with that, ByuN is now waiting in the grand finals, waiting for his next opponents. Who exactly will that be? We're here to find out. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket has been progressing. We have our lower semifinals ready for us. Let's go.